This is a sejadah.
Oh wow!
This is what Malay sejadas used to look like. This is from Sumatra. It's still Malay.
What is it made of?
It's a rattan. So it's ongkwang leaves underneath with rattan. And this is what today nobody even knows what a Malay sejadah looks like.
It has no Kaaba. It has no Kaaba.
And there's no Campbell and palm trees. And this is it. So one day, we can even do like a small expo or something. Do a small exhibition. I bring all my stuff. I say like, this is authentic, Southeast Asian Nusantara Islam. You show this to an Arab, he won't know what the hell this is.
How old is this?
This is early 20th century, so probably 1920s, 1930s, and they don't make them anymore. So this is songket, you see, it's gold thread, gold thread on what used to be a red velvet, which is worn now with age, so it's been used. So, but one thing is because we hardly see them nowadays. This is the question that nobody can answer. Some people think that the feet were here, and you face down. Some people think, because they're all the same, they're on one side, the embroidery is on one side. So some people think the feet are here, because you always have these two panels. People think the feet are here, and you face down, so the head is on the mat. Some people think your feet are on the mat, and your head is on the panel. Nobody's been able, because we don't have a photo of someone praying on a sejadah. So we don't know. We don't know. But this is a Malay sejadah.
Interesting. It's pretty long too.
Yeah, and I know some are very long.
Some are very long.
Some are very long, because I think also they used to sleep on them. You see?
Multi-purpose.
Yeah, multi-purpose. And the nice thing is, I prefer them. I used to use this one. Then I framed it because it was just falling apart, But the nice thing is, they're light. And unlike, sometimes you go to Friday prayers, it's bloody hot, right? And you go on this carpet, it's like you toast your head, This is cool. This is cool. This is local, organic. It's made for our climate. And see how look at how fine it is, and you see they even have different variated patterns, So you have these bands, but behind this is actually 3 layers. This is the top layer, there's a middle layer, and there's a back layer. The back layer is very crude. It's very just big, thick ones, But the technology is lost, and it's a pity. It's a pity, Okay. This is to prove, you see, because people ask what's my name. People don't realize Farish is not Arabic; it's English. Farish is one of the oldest English names. It goes back to the Crusades, because in America there's a Farish Street. In the first Bush cabinet, there was actually a member of one of the neocons who was a Governor Farish, because Farish is the English equivalent of the real Arabic word Faris. That's why it's a Crusader term, because Faris means knight on horse. So the Crusaders were fighting the Faris, and I think they brought it back to England and they added an H, so Faris became Farish. So like there's the English name Knight, right? John Knight, Peter Knight, So Farish became a name. So normally they are surnames, family names, So it's Graham Farish, Peter Farish, John Farish, but very rarely it's also your first name.
How did that name get attached to you?
My mother named me that without knowing that it's an English name. So basically it's collection. I've got about 2,000 books, mostly in storage in England, and what I'm particularly proud of is that I've got some here, I've got some in Singapore, but most of the books that matter to me are in England, because it's cooler there, climate-wise, and that's because I collected all the first edition books on British Malaya. So I've got about 200 books on Malaya and Southeast Asia, and these are all first editions. Apart from that, then of course there's literature, because I was reading philosophy and literature, so so I've got piles of books. And the interesting thing is, people used to ask me, like if you get these books, are they not expensive? Actually, no, because even as a student, these are all bought from second-hand shops. And the amazing thing is, these leather-bound books sometimes are actually cheaper than the Penguin edition. A Penguin edition of Dickens is £6.99. I can get one of these for £3. So it looks impressive when people come in, but it's actually cheaper. It's cheaper than you think, because I was not on government scholarship. It was my mother's money. So basically, I had to economize on everything. My first 2 years, I had £40 a month to live on for the first 2 years. That's about £1.50 a day. This was my traveling case. It's a early 20th century traveling case, going back to before World War I. It's actually Austrian, and this is how people used to travel in the past. So this is a sort of traveling case you see on those ocean liners and stuff. And you can see that this one is a gentleman's traveling case. So it's got two drawers at the top for your, cufflinks and stuff like that. It's got two drawers for your underwear and socks and all that. And here, this is where you hang your shirts, and there is where you hang your suits.
It looks very sturdy.
It is extreme. Oh, it's 100 years old, and it's still completely solid. It's made of wood with brass fittings, and the lock still works, and we still have the key. And it's an amazing piece of 20th century travel architecture.